Welcome back to another edition of Vikings Film Room, brought to you by the Vikings Entertainment Network. I'm your host, Pete Bercich. Well, I hope you all enjoyed your bye week. Now, the Vikings coming out of the bye, they got to go on the road and face these Las Vegas Raiders if they want to keep their wild card spot. Let's dig into this Las Vegas Raider team and find out what they got going offensively. So the first key in stopping this Las Vegas Raiders offense is this guy, Josh Jacobs. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get at least 20 or so a game, and the guy's pretty good. And this first play, I think, is the ability to make something out of nothing, and that's always a key attribute for a great running back. In this case, you're going to see Kansas City's blitzing to stop the run. They're sending their safety, their nickel defender, off the edge. It's a perfect blitz at the perfect time, beats the wide receiver block. This is a TFL, right? For sure. At the mesh point, you've got a guy coming off the edge, screaming off the edge. Should be a TFL, but Jacobs is pretty good. Able to spin out, loses a shoe a la Robert Smith, and is able to make a couple yards out of a play that should have been a tackle for a loss. All right, so to stop Jacobs and this Raider running game, you got to stop the zone. So what exactly is the zone? The zone block is just elephant blocking. It's everybody moving to the side, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to get one guy reached. And in this case, you watch the guard and the tackle. They're going to double team up to this defensive tackle, and work their way up to the linebacker, and all you need is one guy to get out of position, because the Chiefs right now, they've got a guy for every gap. But watch how this play unfolds. You get the double team. Now you've got the defensive tackle reached. You got the linebacker kicked out. And that's all this guy needs to make a big play. So this is the type of run, gap integrity, and Jacobs after contact keeps those feet moving. So we got to limit these kinds of plays. So we saw an example of the zone run and what it's all about. It's about getting one guy out of his gap. You're going to see what Michael Mayer does here. Very good job by the tight end. And the whole point of this is he's going to shoot himself off the ball, hit this defensive end, help out his partner, and then kick out the other defender. And watch what happens. Boom. Here's that shoulder. You want to get a good hit, get that end inside, help out your tackle, and then he's going to work his way up to that second level defender as 97 gets reached. Watch this crease for Jacobs develop. You're not going to arm tackle this guy. There you go. Through the arm tackle. That's all right. You got a safety there to make no, not really. You got a stiff arm there too. Jacobs with an explosive run. If you don't stay in your gaps, this guy could light up the scoreboard. So why is it so important to stop Josh Jacobs in this zone running game? It's because of this guy, Aiden O'Connell, the rookie quarterback. When you can run the football, you can kind of work with a rookie quarterback. Don't forget about this guy, former Green Bay Packer Davante Adams. He's still pretty good. But the zone run sets all of this up, sets up the play action, right? As soon as Aiden O'Connell turns his back, these linebackers think run. So they are doing what? They just gave up a 60-some yard run. They're getting downhill. But as we've seen on Film Room a million times, it opens up what? This area back here. But watch Davante Adams at the bottom of your screen. He's one-on-one, works in the middle of the field. O'Connell, as he gets hit, delivers that football. Big play for them, moving the chains. That running game leads into the play-action passing game. Now, you won't see much of this out of Aiden O'Connell, and that's being in the shotgun, the drop-back passing game. But on third downs, you got to be good on first and second, keep him third and long. But on third downs, he does a pretty good job. In the slot, Jacoby Myers, the leading touchdown receiver for this Raiders offense. But you're going to see why right here. Third down, about 3 or 4 yards. McConnell gets the top of his drop, but he's smart enough to know that this corner is not dropping back. He's watching this corner. This corner does not go and take away this deep third of the field. He's squatting on this tight end, so that's going to leave Myers one-on-one. Now, this is a heck of a throw and catch. That coverage is right there, and that ball is placed perfectly. So Aiden O'Connell has some touch on that pass. Another thing that you do with a rookie quarterback, third down, we could still run the play action. Guys are still going to bite on it. Watch this play. Again, there's that zone play action. O'Connell turning his back on the defense. But watch this. You have Davante Adams working his way across the field. You got a little bit of zone trying to pass it off. But look at this area right here. Wide open. O'Connell sees that void and delivers a really nice pass on the move, a little bit behind him, but a big throw and catch on third down off of a play action. Now, one of the things that on film impressed me about Aiden O'Connell is his ability to diagnose what's going on behind him. And you're going to see here with the Chiefs, they're given kind of a too high look, but these safeties are moving around. He's in the gun, he's taking a good peek, but he realizes right now we're getting too deep. But this safety down here is in good position. He's out between the hash mark and the numbers. But look where this safety is. Because of his disguise, he's only at the hash mark. That leaves this whole area open. He has Jakobi Meyers here. He knows this corner is gonna try to funnel, but sink. There's gonna be an opening right there. He realizes that at this moment, at the top of his drop, plants his foot, delivers that ball perfectly between the corner and the safety. If you're gonna disguise, you gotta make sure you're not out of position with this guy. Now, the other thing about O'Connell is he's good enough to make you pay when you make a mistake. So watch this situation here with the Kansas City Chiefs. This is just a blown coverage, but O'Connell's still able to find it. In this case, you're getting motion down. You got kind of a bunch formation with the 2 wide receivers and a tight end, but here's the problem for Kansas City. You got 2 guys chasing the out route. Nobody in the middle of the field. O'Connell, as a rookie, still good enough to see that. Throws the football in stride to Jakobi Meyers, but watch Meyers after the catch. Makes the guy miss and scores a touchdown. So if you make mistakes, this guy's good enough to make you pay for him. So as a defensive coach, one of the things you want to do against a rookie QB, is blitz, right? You want to give him some looks. You want to blitz him a little bit. Watch the situation here. Meyers at the line of scrimmage. This DB looks like he's in coverage. No, he's actually blitzing. But what's impressive is O'Connell's looking out here. He's thinking, maybe I hit the speed out, but decides against it. He's able to reset himself. Vision over here. You have a lineman dropping out to this flat. Nice job here by Jakobi Meyers to settle in that hot area, to settle in that zone. O'Connell sees him, so he's reading from the out. The blitz coming this way. He's got a defender right in his face. He's still able to get rid of this football and then move the chains. So even when you blitz him, the guy can go through his progressions. Now, with the way we like to blitz quarterbacks, especially young ones, you got to keep an eye on this too. So the Kansas City Chiefs, again, looking like it's just a plain old middle open coverage, 4 defensive linemen. They're saying, no, we're going to get a little fancy here, and we're going to send 2 guys off the edges and try to drop out some underneath guys. But a nice job here by Davante Adams to settle. O'Connell sees exactly what's going on, gets rid of this football, able to move the chains right there with the quick throw and catch. So he stays pretty calm under pressure. So for the Vikings to right the ship, the first thing you got to do is stop Josh Jacobs. That running game and that play-action passing game can get going. You can't give it any momentum. And then the second part is if you want to blitz Aiden O'Connell, you got to get there. You can't just show him the looks. You got to get him on the ground.